So, hi Pooja and Manasa. In our last session, we got to know the conclusion for build process. How exactly build process will be happening in the real time, or in other words, how system testing is going to work in the real time. Next, few real time based interview questions we got to know. Then we got to know people involved in installing build or software product into the testing server. So test engineer, developer, release engineer. So what is release management or configuration management, we got to know. So what is the responsibility of release engineer, we got to know. How release engineer will get involved in installing the software product into the testing server, we got to know. For what kind of projects release engineers are required, we got to know. All these things are very much important from real-time perspective as well as from interview perspective, my dear Pooja and Manasa. And I hope you all have revised same things. Self-explanatory, very much simple, very much important. Okay, sir, this session, which topic you are going to start, sir? Please take down heading as Respin. And mark this as very much important. Respin. Mark this as very much important. Respin. Okay. So write down, my dear students, below that. The process of getting a new build. Process of getting a new build again. The process of getting a new build again. The process of getting a new build again. The process of getting a new build, new build. The process of getting new build again within the same test cycle. The process of getting a new build again within the same test cycle. Within the same test cycle is called as respin. Is called as respin. Is called as respin. Fine. Here you please notice. Here there is one test cycle. See, normally if you take in almost all the test cycles, one build will be developed, one build will be tested. Only in first test cycle, please remember, only in first test cycle, two builds will be developed, only one build will be tested. Please remember this. But rest of the test cycles, one build will be developed, one build will be tested. Please remember this one. But majority of the test cycles, if you are considering, means one new build, one test, build you are going to test. Correct? One build you are going to test. Now let us not understand this respin from first test cycle perspective. In general, let us understand this respin. Okay. What is that respin? Once again you read that. The process of getting a new build again within same test cycle is called as respin, it seems. Okay. Now here there is one test cycle. Now developers would have developed a build one. In build one, create account page. Okay. So create account functionality is there. Login functionality is there. Next, compose functionality is there. Next, inbox functionality is there. Next, sent items functionality is there. So build 1 is ready, my dear students. Just assume. Okay. Don't want to build 1, you will get confused. Let us take this name build. So one build is there. Create account, login, compose, inbox, sent items. Okay, super, fine. Now this build, okay, now this build will be handed over to whom? Test engineers. Now test engineers will start to test the build. Please remember, start to test the build. So test engineer, while testing this build, which is containing create account functionality, login account functionality, compose, inbox, sent items. So now test engineer will find defects in create account. Create account functionality means test engineer will enter all the details. When he clicks the submit button, blank page is getting displayed. Now tell me, my dear students, correctly. When create account page or create account functionality is not working properly, will you be able to test this login functionality? No. Will you be able to test this compose functionality? No. Why? See, if you are creating the account successfully, then only you will be able to come to this login functionality. Then only you will be able to come to this compose functionality, inbox functionality, sent items functionality. Create account functionality itself is not working properly, then tell me how you can continue with the further testing activities. Not possible, my dear students, not possible. Okay, so this is one new build in the test cycle. This is one new build. So now what will happen now? Now tell me what will happen. Test engineers immediately reports defects to the developers. Please remember, test engineers immediately reports defects to the developers. So developers fix the defects and gives new build. Please remember, new build. Now tell me, in the same test cycle, two new builds are there. Okay, please remember, more than one build, more than one new build. Here one new build and again here also new build. The process of getting a new build again within the test cycle, or in other words within the same test cycle, this is nothing but respin. Here you see, here in this build only defect is there. Immediately those defects will be reported to the developers. Developers will fix the defects and gives new build. Here you see, this is new build and this is also new build. Process of getting a new build again within the same test cycle is called as respin. Okay, fine. So below that you write down, developer will write code, comma, compile code, comma, compress code. Developer will write code, comma, compile code, comma, compress code. And gives build to test engineers. And gives build to test engineer. And gives build to test engineer. And gives build to test engineers. Full stop. Test engineer will start to test build. Test engineer will start to test build. Test engineer will start to test build. While testing, if test engineers finds defects, in bracket you write down, not able to continue with further testing activities. In bracket you write down, not able to continue with further testing activities. In bracket you write down, not able to continue with further testing activities. Full stop. Then test engineer will immediately report defects to the developers. And developers fix the defects immediately. And developers will fix the defect immediately. And give the new build within the same test cycle. Full stop. This build is called as Respin. So again, Respin is real-time term. I hope you both have understood. Okay. In the same manner, we are having one more real-time term. Please take down heading as patch. Write down patch. A patch is very much simple, guys. You write down. Patch is a piece of software. Patch is a piece of software. Patch is a piece of software which consists of modified program. Patch is a piece of software. Which consists of modified programs. Note, you write down note. To install patch, it is not required to uninstall the build. To install patch, it is not required to uninstall the build. Okay. Example, you write down. Example. WhatsApp update. It is patch. Oftenly you people will be updating softwares. Correct, right? Write down. WhatsApp update, comma. Facebook update, comma. Flipkart update, comma. PhonePe update. Remember these things. Some modified programs will be there. Only modified programs. That is nothing but patch. See, when you are updating some applications, no, like WhatsApp application, no, like this, okay, last thing, okay, okay, last application and all, when you are updating, so at that point of time, patch only you are going to download and you are going to install. Now tell me, when you are updating WhatsApp application, what you will uninstall and install? While updating, tell me, you will uninstall and install, or simply you will download that patch and you will install? So you will download the patch and you will install. You are not going to uninstall anything. Very good, my dear students. Super. So we understood respin and then patch. So sometimes in the interview they can ask for you people. So what is this respin? What is this patch? All such things. So that is the reason you should be knowing this. Okay, what is, all of a sudden they will ask, what is patch? What is respin? So but simply at that point time you can't get gabrified. Ayyo, what kind of question he is asking for me? Huh? So I am not able to answer. So this is something very much new for all, new for you people. Okay, so we have completed with almost all the concepts with respect to this build. Okay, so now we will discuss about ad hoc testing. Okay, we'll discuss about ad hoc testing. So please take down heading as ad hoc testing. Ad hoc testing. Ad hoc. Now you please notice Pooja and Manasa. Ad hoc means what? Ad hoc means what? Tell me. Ad hoc means what? Tell me quickly. Ad hoc means what? Tell me quickly. Ad hoc means what? Ad hoc. Ad hoc means what? Tell me quickly. Ad hoc means what? So ad hoc is nothing but what? Abnormal. Or in other words, random. So best meaning of ad hoc is nothing but random. Sir, what is ad hoc testing, sir? Testing the application or software product randomly without referring into the requirements is called as ad hoc testing. See, normally, my dear students, how are we going to test the software product? Normally, how are we going to test the software product? We will refer to the requirements. We will understand the requirements. So based upon that, we will write the test scenarios, test cases. So then we are going to test the software product. Please remember, my dear students, in the case of ad hoc testing, we will not be referring to the requirements. Simply randomly we will write the test scenarios. Randomly we write the test cases. Test cases we will execute in order to perform ad hoc testing. Please remember, my dear students, while writing test scenarios for ad hoc testing, we won't be referring any kind of document, requirement document. While writing test cases, we are not going to refer any document, requirement document. Please remember, in the case of ad hoc testing. So testing the application or software product randomly without referring into the requirements document is called as ad hoc testing. Okay, now you please notice here. So here there is one application. Okay, so this application will be developed by developers. Okay, so here customer will come. Okay, customer will come. So customer will give requirements. Okay, for those according to those requirements, developers will develop the application, and then test engineer will test the application, and then application will be handed over handed over to the customer. Please remember. Now customer will start to use the application. See, my dear students, customer is not a technical person. Okay. See, WhatsApp application. See, almost all the people are not technical people. Those who are working WhatsApp. See, if those people are technical people means they will get to know if we use this WhatsApp application, we are going to get defect. If we use the application in some other manner, we are going to get the defect. Please remember this thing. Technical fellow will get to know. But there will be some set of people who are not technical. Simply they will, since anyways WhatsApp application is self-explanatory, very much simple to use. But still at some point of time, a normal fellow cannot handle the situation. So when the customer start to use the application randomly, not technically, at that point of time, customer will identify the defects. Please remember, customer will identify the defects. Please remember, before customer identify those kind of defects while using the software product randomly, here in the company you have to perform ad hoc testing. So randomly you have to use the software product. So you should become non-technical fellow. Non-technical fellow means you don't know anything about that application. Simply think like non-technical fellow and use that application. Then defects identified by the customer when he is using the software product randomly will be avoided. So for this reason, we have to perform ad hoc testing. See, when customer using the application randomly, he will be finding some defects. In order to avoid those defects, in the company, on the application, test engineers has to perform ad hoc testing. Write down the definition, please, quickly. Testing the application or software product. Testing the application or software product. Testing the application or software product randomly. Testing the application or software product randomly without referring to any kind of requirement documents. Without referring to any kind of requirement documents is called as ad hoc testing. Is called as ad hoc testing. Okay. So in the fresh line you write down. It is also called as negative testing. It is also called as negative testing or out of the box testing. It is also called as negative testing or out of the box testing. So please remember why I am telling it as out of the box testing, because beyond the requirements you have to think. Since we are not performing this ad hoc testing according to the requirements, you have to test the software product which are not there in the requirements. Out of the requirements, out of the box, you have to think and you have to perform ad hoc testing. Please look into that negative testing. It is also called as negative testing. Why negative testing? Here always we try to harm software. One or the other abnormal actions we are going to perform. One or the other abnormal actions we are going to perform. So abnormal actions means what? Negative testing. So what is negative testing? Testing the software product with the negative inputs. So negative inputs means what? Wrong actions, abnormal actions. Please remember. See, my dear students, when you are testing the software product with negative inputs or by performing negative actions or abnormal actions, then only you will be able to find more number of defects. Please try to understand this. Okay, more number of defects you will be able to identify. Simply if you test according to the requirements whether the software product is working or not, that is not sufficient. If you want to identify more number of defects, you have to perform negative kind of testing. When you are performing negative kind of testing, so you will be thinking out of the box. There are more chances you identifying the defects. Please remember this one. Okay, next you write down why we should perform ad hoc testing. Why we should perform ad hoc testing. Why we should perform ad hoc testing. First point you write down, all of you. First point, chances are there. Just a minute. Okay, continue. Chances are there. Chances are there. Chances are there. Chances are there. Customer might use the software product randomly. Chances are there. Customer might use the software product randomly. Chances are there. Customer might use the software product randomly. Might use the software product randomly. They might find defects. 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 Full stop. In order to avoid those defects, we should perform ad hoc testing. In order to avoid those defects, we should perform ad hoc testing. Second point. Second point. Developer will develop the software product according to the requirements. Developers will develop the software product according to the requirements. Developers will develop the software product according to the requirements. And test engineer tests the software product according to the requirements. And test engineers tests the software product according to the requirements. Test engineers tests the software product according to the requirements. Full stop. Chances of finding the defects will be less. Chances of finding defects will be less. Chances of finding defects will be less when we test the software product. Chances of finding defects will be less when we test the software product according to the requirements. Full stop. That is the reason test engineer will come up with the creative scenarios. That is the reason test engineer will come up with the creative scenarios and perform ad hoc testing. Full stop. Next point you write down. In ad hoc testing, intention is to somehow break the product. Intention is to somehow break the product. So that we can find more number of defects. In ad hoc testing, the intention is to somehow break the software product so that we can find more number of defects. So little bit regarding ad hoc testing we got to know. So now let us write ad hoc testing test scenarios or test cases for Gmail application. See, not as per the requirements, guys. So think out of the box, which are not as per the requirements. You have to write the test scenarios. Gmail application. Okay, write down. See, normally we will log into the application. We will give valid email ID, valid password. Click on next button, checking home page is getting displayed or not. That is something according to the requirements. Think out of the box and tell me the scenarios. So 2-3 scenarios I will write. So remaining you are supposed to write. So login to Gmail application. Okay, log into Gmail application. Next, compose a email. Send the email to another user and please notice this is very much important. Log out, that's all. You log out. You log out. So you will log out. So log out means what? You will come to previous page. Now see, on the browser one back button will be there. Okay, on the browser one back button will be there. See, first we will log into Gmail application. We will compose the email. We will send that email to another user. We will log out. So if we are logging out means we are going to come to the login page itself. Okay. Now here there is one back button. So if we just click on that back button, what will happen? So previously visited web page has to get displayed, no? Now tell me, my dear students, from security perspective, this should happen or this should not happen. So when you log into Gmail application, you will compose an email, you will send to another user, you will log out from Gmail application. Now back button. So back button means what? Again home page you have to go. That should not go. Please remember, from security perspective. See, you are just clicking on this back button and you are seeing that previously visited page, which is nothing but home page, means okay. But from some unknown fellow will come. Once you log into Gmail application, compose an email, send that email to another user, log out. Then if another fellow comes and if he clicks on this back button, don't you think all the details he can hack? Please think from this perspective. Okay. Now what you have to do? Click on browsers. Okay, browsers. Click on browsers. What? Browsers, web page, back button. Browsers, back button. Now tell me, what? Previously visited page has to get displayed, or it has to ask for credentials, username, password. 100% it should ask for the valid credentials, or login page should get displayed. Check whether the application, check whether the login page is displayed. Okay. See, somewhat out of the box we have thought and we have written this scenario. Like this, you tell me. Tell me, think out of the box and tell me. Tell me. Tell me quickly. Okay. So now you notice here. Open the browser. Enter URL for Gmail application. Okay, enter URL for Gmail application. Now enter valid username and password. Enter valid username and password. Okay. Switch off internet connection. Switch off internet connection. Click on login button. Click on login button. Now tell me, check proper error message is displayed or not. Correct, right? So this is also out of the box. So normally how we use Gmail application, even you have to check the Gmail application in this manner also. Next. 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 Okay. Here you notice. Log into the Gmail application. Okay. In two different browsers. Please remember. In two different browsers. In Chrome browser also you log into the Gmail application. In Firefox browser also you log into the application. Just to check it is possible or not. See, for few things we can expect like this, we can expect the output. So what we have to check, we can expect. But for few things we cannot expect. So at that point of time we have to just leave. We have to perform this action on the application, then we have to check. So but this will be counted as scenario. Log into the Gmail application in two different browsers. Okay, now log into the Gmail application. Okay, log in to the Gmail application. Log into the Gmail application in two different browsers. Log out from any one of the browser. Please check what will happen. You are able to log in only from that browser, log out from only that browser, or you are able to log out in another browser or not. You have to check. Next. Next. Okay, here you see. Log in to the Gmail application in multiple tabs, one tabs or two tabs or something. Tabs means you know, right? So this is one tab, this is another one tab, this is another one tab. In this tab you log in this tab also you log in, and in this tab also you log in. Log into the Gmail application in multiple tabs and log out from any one of the tabs. So you please check. You just notice each and every scenario or test case that I have written. All these things are random scenarios only. So like this, randomly you have to think and you have to write the scenarios. So please take down this. I want Pooja and Manasa to add some more 5 to 6 scenarios along with this. Please quickly write down. Write down quickly. Another 5 scenarios. So totally 10 scenarios should be there in your notes. Think out of the box. Okay, done. So try with extra more scenarios. So we'll halt the session over here and we will continue in the next session. Thank you so much, Pooja and Manasa. Please take care.